Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. This is Kay back at it with a new video. In this video, we're going to talk about should black people disown the N word? Let's talk about it. Many years ago, uh, racist white people was calling African Americans or black people or Negroes or whatever you want to call us in the day, the N word. And that N word wasn't a flattering word to call someone. It's a derogatory word meant to hurt you. And throughout the years, black people did not want any other race calling them the N word. If you said the N word to a black person and you wasn't black, those was fighting words because you're not supposed to call me that. However, we as black people, some of us train ourselves to call each other the N word. It became part of our vocabulary with each other. We say it in a joking manner, and if a white person said it, it was like totally different. And he could have been joking when he called us the N word. And we would just get so upset. We want to fight. We want to do all these things. But my question is today, shouldn't we disown that word? Do we own that word? After all, it was given to us, and it was given to us in a derogatory manner, right? So why should we hold on to a word like that? It's not ours. It was given to us in a bad way. I remember a time I was on public transportation. I was on a bus, and I heard all these young Hispanic kids using the N word. So I'm thinking, wow, they might be talking about me. No, they wasn't talking about me. They was calling each other the N word. The N word nowadays, believe it or not, just like with black people, it's a cool word. It's a hip word to use when you're amongst your friends. I've seen many different races use that word with each other. It's not ours. All races use the N word because it's like it's a cool word to use. Believe it or not, it's a derogatory word depending on how you use it, but it's being used with young folks and older folks alike in a cool way. And I know black people use it probably the most, but then you got Hispanics, you got white people, you got everybody's using that word all over the world, in a cool manner. It's a cool slang. Now, there's been a lot of hoopla the last couple of days about Ryan Garcia, the superstar boxer, who was just banned from boxing, I think the WBC, for all his racist rants he used against African Americans. And he talked about the Muslims, George Floyd, black people in general. He used the N word excessively. However, we don't own that word. That's not ours. And I think that's how we have to look at it, that even if someone else uses it should not affect us in that manner because, the N word could be anybody. Don't mean because somebody say the N word, you necessarily talking about a black person. I remember when I was working on my job and people was using the N word. And this was some years back, and they was not even talking to me. It didn't have nothing to do with me. They wasn't even black. and they was calling each other the N-word, and I felt a little uncomfortable because I felt that that was our word, and it wasn't. They was calling each other that on the job, and the boss made them stop saying it because it's a derogatory word. But however, back to Ryan Garcia. Uh, is Ryan Garcia racist? I don't think so. I just think that if you listen to the tape, it seemed like the people that he was around was egging him on to say these things. And, and it sounded like he was drunk, he was high, he was intoxicated, he was everything. And it seemed like people was just pumping him up to say those type of words. And, and he went along with it. And then I guess the next day, people in his camp played the tape, and and he supposedly cried and felt bad about it, and and that's that. Young people and old people, we gonna fuck up. We gonna mess up. We gonna say the wrong thing. We gonna do the wrong thing. That's just life, and that's a valuable lesson for him. He just messed up. But I mean, if we count how many times we messed up, said the wrong thing, did the wrong thing, I guess, you would kind of understand. Was it wrong for him to say those words? Yes. But again, he got the backlash from it. And, I think that's just growing pains for him. He mentioned, he going through a divorce and this and that. He using drugs, alcohol. Even with his weigh-in with Devin Haney, he stand up there with a bottle of beer or something. How do you do that? But again, it seems like he need to get some mental help, and hopefully he will, to get his life back on track. But again, we as African Americans or Black people, we don't own the N word. That's not our word. That's something that was given to us in a derogatory manner. The whole world uses that word now. It's used as a cool slang word, and even if someone said it in a derogatory manner towards us, I don't think that should make us go off the edge because someone calls us the N word. It's just a word. It means it doesn't mean anything. Again, this is, we don't own that word. It's not ours. N person could be anybody. That's to me, N is a ignorant person. So, you can be white, black, yellow, green, orange, whatever. And people are calling each other out of those colors the N word. So it's not ours. So that's all I have for you. Again, this is Kay, back at it with a new video. Take care, guys.